$375,000 a year for working in AI. An AI DJ becomes a radio co-host, and the question still remains, are we in an AI bubble? You're watching the AI Report, the fastest, most relevant AI news delivered straight to your brain every day. No days off, no holidays, no sick days. Just AI news every day, trying to figure out this whole AI mess together. Like and subscribe if that sounds good to you. Let's get into it. While everybody is losing their minds about what AI will do to their job, guess what smart people are doing? They're leaning into this whole AI thing and looking for AI jobs. And they have 375,000 reasons a year to do so. The position of research scientist machine learning at OpenAI pays up to $370,000 annually. Not too shabby. Now granted, OpenAI is like the #1 AI company ever created, and there will only be a few positions there reserved for like the Einsteins of AI, but still, there are heaps of other AI jobs at other companies that pay around $200K a year. I say this in pretty much every video, and I will keep saying it. Learn AI. Don't fear it. Embrace it. We have the first voice-cloned AI DJ. The DJ AI Ashley will be a part-time host at Oregon's Live on 95.5. Okay, maybe DJs will lose some work because of AI, but come on, who are we kidding? Was DJing even a job to begin with? I'm kidding. DJs are fine and they're gonna continue to be fine and to like spin records or to hit on your girlfriend and do all the other DJ things. It's all gonna be fine. Let's move on to more serious topics, and nothing is more serious than talking about China. Yeah, already killed my own boss just by mentioning it. No, seriously, Chinese lifelong President Xi Jinping tells Bill Gates he welcomes US AI and China. Well, of course he does. China wants as much Western technology as it can get its hands on. Why? To copy it. Duh. This comes after Microsoft pulled back some of its best AI talent from their Chinese offices back to Canada, as they feared their talent would be either poached by Chinese startups or even approached by the government in some way. I don't think Microsoft will go back in China after that. In other politics news, Congress is thinking about whether AI can hold patents. Last month, scientists at MIT used AI to discover the first new antibiotics since the 80s. The new drug was identified from a library of nearly 7,000 drug compounds. They used a machine learning model that they trained to evaluate whether a chemical compound will inhibit the growth of the bacteria that causes the infections. Back in April, the Supreme Court declined to consider the case of Stephen Thaler, a computer scientist who wanted to patent a beverage holder and an emergency light beacon that were designed entirely by AI without any human input. Thaler's application was shut down by the US Patent and Trademark Office because only humans can be inventors, and the decision was upheld by lower courts. But in South Africa, an AI system was listed as the inventor and granted a patent. That's the situation's lawmakers fear: innovation escaping to greener pastures. Tons of experts debate and disagree on this matter. I don't think granting patents to AI makes sense. Ideally, the patent should be granted to the people that designed that specific AI training algorithm and the people who provided the data it was trained on, and of course the person running the algo, since AI still can't run itself. It's a tricky matter anyway. I'm really curious to see what happens. Mercedes announced it will add ChatGPT to the infotainment system in almost 1 million cars. People kind of wonder why Mercedes did this, as many don't really see the need for it. My guess is they're looking for a way to capitalize on a growing trend, and I'm the last one that could blame them for that, honestly. Yesterday, I announced Voicebox, Meta's new AI voice tool, and I also proclaimed that I'm excited to try it out. Well, today we find out that Meta won't release the tool to the public just yet. Apparently, it is too dangerous for public use. Ooh, spooky. I think they're trying to build up a bit of hype with claims like this, but on the other hand, I kinda agree that releasing these tools for public use as soon as they're made does create a lot of potential for misuse. We should be careful here. Speaking of Meta, they have bigger problems than some kids skipping school by using their voice tools to call their teachers pretending they are their parents. Meta lost a third of their AI talent last year. Ouch. Not sure where these people went. It looks like some of them went to OpenAI and others just burnt out apparently. To make things worse, Meta didn't even get a shout out from the White House at the AI Leadership Summit back in May. And to make things even worse, just 26% of Meta employees believe that Zuck is doing a good job leading the company in these turbulent times. I'm gonna go contrarian here and say that Zuck will rally his troops and that Meta may catch up to its other tech titan siblings. I mean, I don't believe this wholeheartedly, but I think he has a shot. Facebook do have a lot of data after all, and they can always find other AI nerds to work for them. They will open source their LLM Llama, they added some AI to Facebook and Instagram, and this Voicebox thing will probably be pretty good. Plus, I think Zuckerberg is one of those wartime CEOs that do better in uncertain times, when the stakes are high, and underperform in boring times when nothing seems to happen, which was the period of several years before ChatGPT. To be clear, I'm not betting the house on it, but I think Zuck will pull a rabbit out of the hat and correct Meta's course in the AI waters. Next, yours truly nails another Reddit poll. I just voted pretty much like the majority of the masses on this poll, and I'm usually the opposite of proud when I blend in, but when it comes to the Reddit AI crowd, I think I'm kinda okay with that. So the poll question is, how impactful are the LLMs? Are people really using them for productive work, or is it just a hype train? The options include never used ChatGPT or similar LLMs, 2.5%, used ChatGPT LLMs only for entertainment, 23.9%, regularly used ChatGPT and LLMs for unpaid productive work or pet projects, that's 30.2%, regularly used ChatGPT LLM for productive paid work, that's 28.3%, and that's actually what I answered as well. Tried to use ChatGPT LLM for productive work, but it was incapable, 6.3%. Okay, that's pretty low. And results, which I'm guessing means ChatGPT provides solid results for business use cases. That's an unusually high 8.8%. Let me know what your answer would be in the comments. Speaking of Reddit, I ran into this pretty solid argument that AI is making content and the internet worse. Redditor A Pluto Problem was looking to buy a cookbook on Amazon, but not just any cookbook. He or she has lupus, which is an autoimmune disease, and he or she can only eat certain types of foods. Well, marketers ruin everything as usual, and now the Amazon book lists are full of spammy books, full of AI-generated content that's garbage at best, and can even end up harming people like A Pluto Problem in worst-case scenarios. This is not even a new phenomenon. Amazon books have been bad well before AI, but now the problem is about 10 times worse. Amazon should step up here. They should do something like Google does for health-related queries, really make sure only trusted authors come up in the top positions. I found this interesting chart on Twitter posted by user AI-Decoded-, although I'm not sure it's theirs because I saw other accounts posting it as well. It shows the increase of assets in certain asset classes, as far as I can tell. The data is not really well labeled here, and we can see that AI has had quite a nice growth since the end of 2022. The application that the creators of this chart are trying to make is that we may be in an AI bubble, but even if we are, the people that are getting educated on this will benefit one way or the other. I'm not sure how much I agree with this. There is a non-zero chance that the line for AI starts going down today and never goes back up again. That is a real possibility. In case you're wondering, personally, I'm going all in on AI myself, both with this channel and with pretty much all of my other businesses and entrepreneurial efforts. And I definitely have some skin in the game here, as this channel really takes a lot of time and resources to produce, even though it probably doesn't look like that. By the way, like and subscribe to support the AI hustle and keep learning with me if that's your thing. And since we're talking about bubbles, investors might be aware of that, and they still don't care. Extreme valuations of companies that haven't actually done anything yet are signs of a potential bubble in the startup space, says Thomas Rice, portfolio manager for Perpetual Global's Innovation Share Fund. Even Sam Altman says things like, it is definitely like the new bubble. All the people that were working on crypto a few years ago are now working on AI. Fair enough, that's definitely true. And as a side note, I like Altman's approach of always quieting down the hype and trying to ground people's expectations in reality. The good thing about bubbles in general is that some people manage to make money in them. The bad thing about bubbles is that the people who end up making money are usually scumbags. It ends up being just one big game of musical chairs. People invest in companies they don't know much about, and when most of those companies crash and burn, everyone except the scumbags lose money. But there is one key detail I don't see mentioned here, and that's the very strong possibility this is not a bubble. Look, I love crypto. I've been both a student and a creator in the space as well, and I still think it has a lot of potential. But I can tell you this much, the general public never really got on board. Crypto was mostly confined to crypto bros selling each other crypto things. Bitcoin is and always has been a financial revolution. Ethereum will likely become a real and actually useful platform at some point, and there are a few other altcoins that might actually do something good. But chances are, if you go to your local store and try to pay with Bitcoin, which is the most popular cryptocurrency, you will still only get a few strange looks and you won't be able to pay. ChatGPT and AI in general, on the other hand, are already used by real people, real professionals, every single day, and there's no going back. That's the fundamental difference between AI and crypto. Sure, AI may be overhyped a bit right now, but I guarantee you that the promise of generating content for practically no cost and to have infinite intelligence at your disposal is too big for all these governments and companies and entrepreneurs to stop pursuing AI. The genie is out of the bottle now. People will only use AI more, and that's why AI is not a bubble. Okay, rant over, we mentioned crypto, so here's a bit of more crypto news. These are some of the hottest AI cryptocurrencies apparently. So we have the Graph, Render Token, Injective, Oasis Network, Singularity Net, Ocean Protocol, Fetch.ai, IXEC, RLC. They have a combined market cap of 4.35 billion, which is really small actually. Even though I'm a crypto guy, I probably wouldn't suggest investing in this sector now, especially without doing tons and tons and tons of research. Look at this. Look at all of these red lines here. All of these coins follow the same trajectory, which is one of the biggest problems in the crypto market. Ironically, it's not decentralized at all. I do want to make one point here though, one important point. I strongly believe that AI and crypto will produce a beautiful child sometime soon. We will need a lot of cryptography to combat the onslaught of deepfakes that will soon hit us, and decentralized blockchains can serve as drivers of trust. Some people referred to AI as the crypto killer as it stole the spotlight, and now all the speculators moved from crypto to AI, which means a lot of money left the crypto space. I say good. That means the charlatans and the posers are out of the equation now, and maybe real blockchain and crypto projects will be able to shine through more easily. My 2 cents. I'm just a guy that's interested in both fields, that's all. And let's end with a productivity piece. Rose.com is supposed to be an AI-first alternative to Excel and other spreadsheet programs. Haven't tried it yet, but I'm very curious and features do sound promising. I might even do a deep dive on this and other similar AI-first tools. The major problem I see with products like this is that it will probably take Microsoft and Google just a week to copy even their killer features into their own spreadsheet products. And since they have a lot more data and better models, small businesses like these may be doomed. I wish Rose.com and all the other new startups and creators in the AI space the best. That's what I am as well. Hopefully some of us will create value for our audiences and manage to capture some of that value as profit. Another day, another AI news storm, and that's the way it is. This was the AI Report. A friendly reminder that it's just me here, one guy running this entire pirate ship operation, doing all the writing, editing, shooting, publishing, processing, the entire shebang. One guy making sense of it all for all of us. So if you find value in that, if you think that's cool, show me some love, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you tomorrow.